Hello, good good day everyone. So we are now on the chapter 4 of your chapter 5 pala, sorry. Chapter 5 of your research, which is writing the summary of findings, conclusion, and recommendation. So of course, uh, findings of your research will be coming from your chapter 4. It's stated there. But one of the important parts of your research is how are you going to write your conclusion. So, let us define first. Conclusion. So, pag sinabi natin conclusion, this represent inferences drawn from the findings of the study. So, ibig sabihin, hindi kayo makakagawa ng conclusion without, of course, the findings of the study. Number two, the number of conclusions coincide with the number of findings. So, kung meron kayong 5 findings, ibig sabihin, meron din kayong 5 conclusion. So, you have to formulate the conclusion concisely and, of course, briefly. So, alam niyo naman ang ibig sabihin ng concise and brief. So, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to write your conclusion as kilometric as possible. So, another one, it should not contain any number of measurement. So, sa conclusion, wala ng mga numerics, wala ng mga percentages, and etc. Okay? So, what else? It should give the final impression, and it should summarize the learnings from the study. It leaves the reader in no doubt that you have answered the question posed in your paper. It is a wrap up of the entire project and its completeness. So your project is your research and its completeness. So that's how important is the conclusion. So what are the strategies in writing effective conclusion? So number one, conclusion are intertwined with the introduction. So kailangan tingnan nyo maigi ang inyong introduction. Example, reproductive health education is one area of research that should be tackled in schools. High school students should be exposed to innovative ways of disseminating and communicating issues or reproductive health education of high school students shall be the focus of the study. So ano ang magiging conclusion? So conclusion, the high school student respondents are not fully aware and have a little knowledge in reproductive health education on the following areas: social and gender-related issues, family planning, and other clinical services. So yan ang example ng conclusion which is being intertwined with the introduction. So you have to be very careful about your conclusion. That's one strategy. Another one is conclusions are inferences and generalizations based upon findings. So, halimbawa, meron ka ng findings. Example, based on the research study on factors affecting the career choices of high school students, two conclusions can be drawn from the findings of the study. Number one, males prefer technology-based courses while females prefer business-related courses. Okay, conclusion 2, there is a significant difference between the career choices of male and female high school respondents. Okay, so that is number 2 strategy in writing the effective conclusion. Next, number 3, conclusion should specifically answer the questions posed in the statement of the problem of your research study. Example, if the profile of the respondents will be used to test for variations on other measures, here are some examples of possible conclusion. Number 1, conclusion 1, a majority of the respondents are aged 12 to 16 and mostly are males. Conclusion 2, respondents of the study are mostly Catholics. Conclusion 3, among the profile of the respondents, age and gender are significantly related to achievement in mathematics. So, tingnan yung maigi ang example. Conclusion daw should specifically answer the question posed in the statement of the problem of your research study. So, that is another strategy in writing effective conclusion. Next, what are the other guidelines in writing conclusion? So, make sure, number 1, conclusion should be clearly concise and briefly stated. Next, conclusion should be original and accurate. Next, Number three, conclusion should not introduce new arguments, new ideas, or information not related to your research study. And number four, conclusion should leave the reader with an interesting final impression. Number five, conclusion should refer only to the subjects or population of your research study. And number six, conclusion should contain categorical statements. Refrain from using words like perhaps or maybe. Iwasan natin yan. Or those words that would imply unresolved issue. Kaya nga nagko-conclude ka na. Conclusion should not contain apologetic statements for unresolved problems in the study. So, tandaan nyo ang number four, conclusion should leave the reader with an interesting final impression because that is already one of the needs of your research conclusion. Okay? So, I hope nabigyan ko kayo ng pointers in writing your conclusion. So, thank you so much. Bye, everyone.